Hi everyone, hello. Today we're doing something a bit different. I have a bit of a haul to show you. Probably my first haul video, not done one before, I don't think. So yesterday was my birthday. I was older, not necessarily wiser, and I had a fabulous day. I had such a nice day. Dave took me to my favourite scrap store, which only crafters will understand. Everybody else was like, that's what you did on your birthday? What? And we had nice food out, and then I had a nice meal bought for me, and I had some lovely presents bought. So I'm going to show you, because like I said, if you're a crafter, you'll get it. If you're not a crafter, you have no idea. You'll look at this and think, oh my God. But a crafter buying a crafter presents, this is what we got. So he went mad. He did go mad, buying me books, second hand, every last one of them. But let's start with the da 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 skidoo and Edith Holden. I have a few. So I now have, let me just count, 1, 2, 3. I now have 4 of these, which I'd said to him, because there's so much in these, I want to make a huge chunky journal or 2. So I was waiting until I had more than 1 copy. So I now have 4 copies of it. I'm not going to flick through it because, of course, you know what this is all about. So we'll just move that up there. He then bought me a treasury of Kate Greenaway. Now, again, I would think a lot of you will know who she is. I love Kate Greenaway illustrations. I'll flick through and show you. And this is a treasury. So there's lots of different things in here. But what particularly made me go, and I did a lot of, is when you go to the front. It's got A for apple pie, B for bite it, C for cut it, F for fought it, G for got it, L for longed for it, K for knelt for it. And they're basically, I just thought they'd make really cute journaling cards. And then there's just lots of other stuff in there, all of Kate, well, not all, but a lot of Kate Greenaway's illustrations. Oh my love. So there's that. This might take a while. And then he bought me this, which is just a nice, it's got beautiful paper. It's very thin, but very beautiful old paper. And lots of diagrams, because I like lots of diagrams. And again, I got really excited. And Vic, who's Dave's other half, was a bit like, it's just an old book. There's more, wait. So then he bought me encyclopedia. You might recognise this, he's doing something with one of these, but he bought me one as well, and it's just loveliness. Again, pages are kind of old, but they're a nice size, lots of nice pictures. The World Today, a library of modern knowledge. Number 3. He bought me, what else? Oop. Grassland and Woodland in Spring. And this is like that. Spring. But look at those illustrations. There's gonna be fussy cutting. Not so much the worms, but you know what? I can live with it. Birds, 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 birds. But the other thing was, I'm going to flick through, because we'll be at this forever otherwise. Foxes! Not just one fox. Usually a book has 1 fox in it. This has got 4. 6 pages of foxes. How cute are they? How cute are they? So yeah, that made me happy. Badger, badger, badger. But yeah, I love that one. Another one. What else? Oh, music paper, because I'm running out. And he knows I'm running out. Some really nice music papers. Look at that. Just look at the colour of it. Never mind anything else. Look at that. Just beautiful. Music paper. More music paper. Look at that. This is another one with really nice coloured. Some of it's annotated. Someone's been learning the pianoforte because that's what it says it's for. Yeah, I love it. Look. Yeah. Anyway, I use a lot of music paper, so and then he bought me this one, which is another music paper, which are a bit lighter, but look at the edges. Look at it, it's beautiful. And when you take this off, you'll have that nice bit at the top. I'm going to take that off carefully to keep the squares. It's going to be fabulous. So that one, and then this one, which is like a 70s version of Edith Holden. Evidently 1978 this came out. Neither he nor I had heard of it before we were talking about this, but I'll give you a bit of a flip through. This is what someone in the 70s wanted to be Edith Holden, I think. Look at those illustrations. It's fabulous. And it's the same sort of idea, it's done month by month. Some beautiful stuff in here though. Look at that. Oh, look at that dragonfly. That's got fussy cutting written all over it, that has. But yeah, it's lovely. Butterflies. I know you all love a butterfly. And I've learnt to love them. I've embraced my inner butterfly. Finally, after all this time. Not sure about the trout, but do you know what? Oh, one day it might go in a journal somewhere. But yeah, it's just beautiful, lovely illustration. Look at the little grey squirrel. So, not that we should be nice about little grey squirrels because they've destroyed red squirrels. But anyway, cute. But yeah, Janet Marsh's Nature Diary. And then he bought me some colouring books. I don't colour. I'll just qualify that now. But I don't know if you've ever seen in some of my journals, I make these, I use this side because it's got the old drawing in it and the new drawing in it. So, and these are, you used to, I don't know if they still have them, but you used to pick them up in this country, a place called The Works. So if any of you have a Works nearby, go check it out. So there's that one. And Dave said these came from TK Maxx, which again, I suppose, TK Maxx in this country, TJ Maxx in other countries. So, but again, beautiful images. You get the image and the colouring image. And I tend to just coffee dye that or colour it, but then use that side because they're beautiful. And they're the original old images. And then at the front of all of these books, so you get an introduction, but you get them all, they give you a little, look, a tea card size of each picture that can be cut out and used. They're all the pictures that appear in the book. It's fabulous. And then, because he knows I love Downton Abbey, a Downton Abbey colouring book. So he bought me this, he said, because it's got lots of sayings in it, and he thought I'd be able to cut them out. But also, I will do something with, I'll figure out a way, things will happen. But yeah, it's it made me very excited. Downton Abbey, I love Downton Abbey. Watched it end to end loads of times. Loads of times. He bought me a calendar. Nice, beautiful illustrations in it. Look. You see those? It's sideways, but it's the only way I can fit it on camera. So they can either be fussy cut or nice journaling card because they're a good size. It's exciting. It's very exciting. And then this is the bit. This is the bit that makes people go, huh? But if you make junk journals, you'll understand. He bought me a wad of folders from the charity shop. And it made me excited, it made me happy. But other people are like, what, why, how? And then he bought me just a couple of packs of paper, and they're just interesting little papers that were cheap in the charity shop as well. So something else to put in journals, because you know I like those odd bits of odd bits of staff and nonsense. And then he bought me some washi tapes, which I absolutely love. I think they're beautiful. And I already know where they're going, or some of them are going. Let me take them out this way, hopefully. And we'll hold them up to camera so you can see. Look, let's see if we focus. I think they're lovely. So, let's see. Turn it around that way so I can see. So I'm working on, or I said, I did it when I alluded and then over alluded the other day in a video to what I've got coming up. Alphonse Mucha, that made me very happy. I think this is a bit William Morrissey, more Alphonse Mucha. I think some of them are very Klimt, and I love Gustav Klimt. They're beautiful. So you will see them being used soon, or sooner rather than later, shall we say. Let's get those back in there for now. They'll go in a different home eventually, but until they're sorted out. And then he bought me some wooden stamps, and they're just, let's see if I can get into that. Where's my nurse scalpel? Here we go. Just a couple of wooden stamps, pretties. It'll get used, and some gold ink. And my last gold ink I just threw away, so it was fortuitously timed having a birthday now. And then this is gonna be, this is the big one. And again, if you're a crafter, you'll understand. But I had a bit of a hissy fit over this. I was like, oh my god, Tim Holt scissors. Look at those. They feel so nice. I have the little ones. I have Ickle Tim Holt scissors, but now I have bigger Tim Holt scissors. And I'm gonna love them. I already know it. And that's despite being unkind about Tim Holtz the other day. I wasn't unkind, but you had to watch a video and watch it back to the end to see the comment. And then yeah, we won't go into it now. I will have a conversation about it at some point. And then this is just a big scarf, big piece of fabric, and I'd seen this in a charity shop and really liked it, and then he bought it. And I just liked it. That's the end, because it's folded about 6 times. It's really long, and then the biggest part of it is kind of that, but that's going to be journal covers or some such thing, or stitched on top of, or something. But it's beautiful. And tassels, no honey, it's fringe, it's mine. Right, next, sorry. Tu Wong Fu, for anyone that didn't get that reference. And then he bought me this, which, it did have an end on it, but it had to come off, and he wants the wooden bits, so I'm going to gift those back to him. This beautiful, beautiful, stunning paper, which Chinese or Japanese, and it contains, now this is massive, so you're going to have to watch it come and go. You ready? Da-da. And back again. As we roll it up. There we go. It's lovely. It's gorgeous. The paper feels amazing. The painting's lovely. Of course, it's not going to stay on the scroll. It's going to get journaled. You know it. And then I just want to point out, again, if you're a crafter, you'll get it. If you're just watching this video for kicks, then maybe not. There's this beautiful ribbon, and I don't actually know if you can tell. Let's see if we can hold it up and see. It's got, oh, there you go, it's got colour through the translucent. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. That's what my presents were wrapped in. That's what was wrapped around them. And boy, did I keep it, every last bit of it. I will just point out I also kept the wrapping paper, all of it, neatly folded, and he even gave me the offcuts because he knows what I'm like. And then, what else? Oh, I just need to stretch a bit. The bags, they're all getting kept. He made me an ickle bow, which will go in one of my journals, because I'm keeping it, because he made it for me. Keep the bags, I'll get used to something. Keep this bag, because that'll get used to something. And technically, this is you plant this bag, it's full of seeds. It's got a fox on it, so that's not happening. I'm keeping that. Oh dear, what else? Right, so non-crafted now. He bought me a fox, because I am the silvered fox, and he knows I love foxes. And you put it in the microwave and it keeps you warm, and it's so cute. It really is. But yeah, it's microwavable. And then bags of my favourite sweets, which, you know, you don't need to know as crafters, but comfort, licorice. So I just have to say, I grew up knowing these as torpedoes. They're called comfits, and it's licorice just covered in crispy sugar, essentially. But I love them. And then Lion brand midget gems and licorice gums. Yeah, you want to keep me happy? You fill me full of those. So Dave buys me loads at Christmas usually, but even my lovely housemate usually buys me a box load. So, and then obligatory, because we're boys, he bought me socks. Ta-da! Socks. No, but I did ask him. He asked me if there was anything I actually needed, and I told him I needed socks. And then he bought me stroop waffle with caramel butter, which I like. I don't know if you can see. And again, it's a happy food. It's my happy food. So, and that's it. That's what my lovely crafty best friend bought me. So that's that bit of the haul. And then, like I said, he took me to one of my favourite places, which is Scrap. If you ever want to see what it's like, if you look on Instagram, it's called I think it's called Scrap Leeds or Scrap Store Leeds, one or the other. It's in a place called Sunnybank Mills, which is a big old mill from the days of making worsted. And it's also where they film the Great British Sewing Bee, if any of you watch that. And they have literally a whole floor in a mill where they just fill it full of things that have been donated by people, by businesses. They get a lot of stuff from businesses that rather than putting it in landfill, it gets donated there, and they sell it for next to nothing, literally next to nothing. And I love it. And Louise that runs the place is a beautiful woman. She always gives me little presents because she knows I'll create stuff. She once upon a time gave me just a black teddy bear's head, not stuffed. It was a beautiful old-fashioned style, like a stiff bear's teddy head, just a head, wasn't stuffed. She was like, she just do something with that. And I did. I made a beautiful black teddy out of it in a tweed suit, which amazed her, but it had to be done. It had to be done. And this time, I'll show you at the end, because they're underneath everything. She gave me a lot of buttons, because I sat and sifted through a drawer for best part of 40 minutes, and I found all these beautiful buttons that I wanted, which I will show you. Oh, actually, I can see them. I'll show you them now. Oh. And because she's a darling, and I was raving about them when I showed her what I'd found, she was like, put them in your pocket, happy birthday. So she's lovely, she's lovely. So this one, look at this. Let's see if we can get it to get the angle right. No, it's not going to work, is it? Let's put it on my hand. You see that? It's like an Art Nouveau, William Morrissey type, beautiful green and gold button. It's stunning. She told me where it came from, which was kind of sad, but also And I found 4 of those in this drawer, and they were so nice. And then I found these 2. I'll get them on camera. You see those? There we go. Found those 2. And I found this one. Get the angle right. There you go. And then I found an earring that I really liked, also in the same drawer, which of course I won't wear as an earring, but I don't know if you can really see the colour on that. Let's try tilting it a different way. There you go. Which I think is beautiful. And then this little pair. And these are from a lady. These were donated by the household of a lady that made costume jewellery. And I just think they're lovely. But again, they'll embellish something somewhere along the line. So I found all of those, and I spent 40 minutes rooting through. I mean, this drawer was like as big as my desk, and maybe that deep, full. And I sat there just sifting and sifting, because that's the sort of thing I like to do when I'm there. So, what else did we get? We've got some practical stuff. I bought some Tyvek. There you go. They sell Tyvek on a roll. And again, it's an offcut from a factory that gets given to them. So it's like fabric. It's 5 meters approximately on there. Cost me £1.20, which is, I don't know, it's about $1, I suppose, for Americans. Don't know what it is in Australia or anywhere else in the world, but you know. So dirt cheap and just beautiful. I put it down the spines of everything. It comes in very handy. So for anyone ever looking for Tyvek. And then lots of just odd bits. So this pack was 50p, which is, I don't know, 30 cents. Something like that, American money. And it's literally just paper. Strips of paper. But weird, thin, vellumy, glassy tracing with a pattern. Hang on, I'll get a piece off and show you if you can see it. Look at that. There you go, you can see the pattern there. Yeah, and a wad of it. And it's just an offcut from probably a printer's or something like that, or whoever made it, wherever makes it. It's probably the offcut from turning it into A4 or something. Yeah, so I bought a couple of packs of that. Oop, I ran out of space on my desk. I bought a load of envelopes, because they sell loads of envelopes, coloured ones mainly, because I thought I need them, is what I thought. Whether I do or not is another matter, but that's entirely. So I bought envelopes in various sizes and various colours. There we go. And it's like a little wad of them. So I thought, spring, maybe spring, I don't know. Some of them I know what I'm going to do with, not all of them. Like the big red ones, a bit late for Christmas, but I thought, you know, put them in my stash. I'll have them anyway. So those. What else to buy? Oh, let's just bring a bit of a pile over. So stickers. Yeah. Again, this is a pack of. It's got stickers in it anyway. 50p. It's next to nothing. So, and then again, packs of interesting paper. 50p. And you get like, I don't know, there's a good wad of it. But, you know, and this has just come from a factory somewhere or a company somewhere that uses them. So a couple of packs of that. Just some magazines. They get magazines all the time that are that don't get sent back. Like these are from Leeds College of Art Library. So when they're done with them, they donate them all rather than throwing them away. This will be from W.H. Smith, somewhere like that, because they've taken the top off to claim the money back. But then they get thrown away, and now you get 3 50p. So a couple of bits of metal. don't actually know. Well, originally my first one, I ran over to Dave and I was like, I think I can make a journal cover out of that. And you could, because it's thin enough that you could scar it and bend it. The problem is, over time, it'd break. But I'm still toying with the idea. But otherwise, it's like you do stuff with it. Anyway. Yeah, I don't have to explain myself to you. I wanted them, all right? Yeah. Yeah, I wanted them, so I got them. And then, there's more. Don't worry, there's more. Hang on. I just have to bring it over. These. And these are, let's see them again in here. Some things they bag up beautifully. And then the bags get kept as well because they're really nice. And these are just little clips of some description. I've no idea what they were used for or where they came from. But it'll go on something. No, I don't know if you can actually see. I'll keep still for a minute. There you go. Hit that. And that. They're just little clips. And I've got a bag load that say Hawaii and Aloha. And then I've got a bag load that I've got what I assume to be Chinese or Japanese writing, it looks like. So yeah. Like I said, don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I wanted them, so I got them. Push that back in. Push that one back in, because otherwise it'll be like Lego. I'll stand on it. That's what'll happen. It'll fall on the floor. I'll get up in the night one night and I'll stand on it. That's the downside of having your craft room in your big bedroom. So those, 2 of those, and then I got this, which is. Dave had never seen a tab journal before. Oh my god. Dave didn't understand. I was talking about a tab journal. He didn't quite kind of understand because I was trying to describe how it worked. I don't think I was doing a very good job. So they have bits of paper that you can try pens out on stuff. So I had to rip a piece off and make little pages and explain how a tab journal worked. And then I found these, which are, I don't know if you can see that? It's got leaves embossed on it, or some. It's actually not leaves, it's a symbol of something, but it looks like a leaf. And they're leather. They're little leather tabs. So I'm going to make a tab journal, and they're going to be little leather tabs. And I think Dave's going to have a go at doing a tab journal as well. So, because I think I intrigued him. I didn't explain it very well, that's the problem. I didn't explain it very well. So I think he was going to watch some videos and see and work out if he was interested and if he wanted to. So, and then I bought these. Just so a till roll. Bought it to do snippet. You do snippet rolls once you get it open. There we go. Oh, I'm just trying to open it. There we go. Open. So, you just make snippet rolls. Keep it going. Make it long. Cut off bits if you need it. 40p, 20 cents, something like that. Approximate. My exchange rate's not quite the same. So, and then I found these, which were same thing. They're just paper, and slightly more expensive because they're just over £1. But let's see if we can get into it. Hang on. But slightly thicker paper because the till rolls will kind of newsprint it. And this is slightly thicker paper, and it's like, like envelope paper. It's what goes on the back of that's like the inside of an envelope, and then white on this side. So I bought some rolls of that to make snippets and things. And once you've made snippets, it's wide enough that it could be a tag, a tuck, a pocket, you name it. So I bought 3 of those because I could. So, oh, it's such a good day. I love this place so much. You know, we go so often that all the staff know us. They follow us on Instagram. We follow them on Instagram because most of them are very creative as well as working in there. This place runs classes. Like, you can go and learn how to make robots out of welded bits and pieces, and you can go and do sewing, and they do rag rugs, and they do all sorts of stuff. And then snippet of material, which I really liked because I like all this flocky kind of material. I think it makes good journal covers or good pieces of journal covers because it's texture, and we like texture. So there's that, and then of this one, which is very pink, and I thought it was pink. It's quite springy, and look at that side. I like that side, but I also like that side. Look at that. So yeah, that's going to be summer, and these are all just like offcuts of furnishing fabrics that's been donated. I don't know if some of my flip throughs you'll see I do talk about carpet bag journals because I've got a lot that are that sort of material, and they all come from the same place. I think the same furnishing company donate all their stuff. And then about that, which is again a lot of it's furniture trim. And I bought 1 metre of each of these, so I'll hold them up and show you. So that's just a bit of lace, 20p for 1 metre. And these are all like, I think I paid 20p for 1 metre for each of these. Some of them, I think the most, this might have been more expensive, 60p, but 20p for most of them. And it's just, they're just gorgeous, I love them. That one. And then a sort of fringy tassely one. Oop. And then another, it's similar, but it's been, they sew along the bottom, but you can pull that off and it becomes tassel. It's slightly different green, which is why I've got 2 that look almost identical. This one. And then I bought the same thing in red because they had it in red. And you know, Valentine's coming up, you never know what I might produce. Bought this blue one, and do you know what that is? I'll say it quietly. It's a bit of material that they use on bras. It's stretchy. But you know what? I liked it. And this one, which also has a bit of stretch because it's from a bra. But it's not from an actual bra, this is like an offcut from the company that make bras. So pink. And then this one, which is a bit stranger, but I really liked it. I'm going to hold it up because it's quite small, and I just think it's pretty. It's like white and purple, but I think it's very pretty. So I bought 1 metre of that as well. So all those trims, 20p a metre, which I thought was a massive bargain. And then let me just grab my bags, and we're getting there. We're almost there. Although I've got a couple of big things to show you. A bag of letters. There's all sorts in here. Big letters, small letters, big letters, small letters, and they're gold, silver, yeah, gold, silver. If you can use it either way, like a T, the L would have to be gold because you can't have an L. Well, you could have an L backwards, but do you know what I mean? Loved them. Cost me a few pounds. They were slightly more expensive, a few pounds, but I thought they'd make something fabulous. Let's put those back in their bag because again, I'll lose a bit. There's loads of those as well. Oh. And even full stops, look, that's what fascinated me. Strange things fascinate me. I was like, oh my god, it's got full stops in there as well. And they gave me this beautiful bag to put it in. And I liked the bag so much and Rafe so much that she just shoved a stack of them in the bag for me as well. So which I thought was really lovely. And then this, oh my god, this is beautiful. And it's just like, so it's a bit of scrappy fabric, and it was on the edge of a bit of scrappy fabric. Look at this. Look at that. Somebody sat and hand beaded that and sewn that. That's absolutely stunning. You see it? I love it. Look at the detail. I'll hold it up a bit. Look at that. This made me go, oh my god, it's so beautiful. And do you know how much it cost me? 50p, which is, I don't know, 40 cents, something like that. Maybe 30 cents. 50p. That was my find of the day. And that's just because they have, like, I mean, they have drawers of buttons and bits and pieces. You can still buy buttons on cards and that sort of thing. And then they just have baskets of odd bits where there's no explanation for that, where it came from or anything. Somebody's just made that. It's been donated. So they just throw it in a basket and you can just root through the basket. And I like to root. It has to be said. I do like to root through the baskets if they have them. So, and then I bought 3 of these. And they're fabric sample books for sofas and things like that. So they're not old particularly. You can get old ones, but they're not expensive for the amount of fabrics that you get in them. They're not expensive. So I'm going to flick through quickly because I like some of the fabric. Well, I like quite a lot of the fabrics in this one, and I will patchwork with them for journal covers in various. But there's in various hues and tones, and I love blue. No. And it's just their texture. I love furnishing fabric, especially when you're making journal covers and things, because we all talk about wanting texture, and furnishing fabric gives you, I mean, look at that, gives you texture. You know? Look at the texture on that. So I'll flick through. So they're very similar, like in lots of different colourways. Look at that, really like that. It's quite very William Morrissey, I think, in various colourways. But then we get into some brighter ones. I mean, look at these for autumn. Let's hold that up a bit. No, we were good. So yeah, look at that for autumn journals. It's because I'm in the way of the light, that's why. That would make a fabulous autumn journal cover. Just the colours, look at that. Look at that, that's beautiful. And that. Oh no. These, yeah. Very bright ones, they get brighter. They're stunning. I love them. And like I said, they sell them for next to nothing. For the amount of fabrics that's there, they sell them for next to nothing. So there you go. So that's that one. I bought 3 of these, so I'll show you what I've got. So that one. And then I bought this one. And you know, I don't look texture, and that's actually got texture as well. You can feel every bit of that and that. So, but even that's woven, it looks like it's got texture. I just think they're fab for when you're journaling. And I will actually, I'll show you something. Hang on, I'm going to take my microphone off so I can go across the room. Where are they? Can I see them from here? Right, bear with. Right, I'm back. So, a bit of a sneak peek. One of the things I wanted to do when I was talking to you all about, in some of my videos, about what's coming up, is I want to finish things. I've got lots of things started that I'd like to finish. So, and these are journal covers. Made exactly the same way. So, this is what I mean about 1, texture, and 2, having these things have lots of different bits in. So these two came from one of these, and because you can see same patterns, different colorways, and I just cut them up, and we're not going to show you that because you need to wait for the video, but they were just patchworked and stitched to make journal covers, and that's why I like these carpet books for. So there you go, a bit of a sneak peek of something you might get to see later. And that's what I like these things for, because you can just pick and choose, and generally patterns go together, colorways go together. That's just, I love it. So and there's so much texture in them. I keep going back to that word texture, but this is why I love them so much, because they give your journals what looks like, in some cases, an extra layer of texture, but then in some cases actual texture, because that is textured. So reds, and just interesting pops of colour here and there. So, and obviously there is some in here that I probably wouldn't use, but then there's a lot that I would use. The ones I wouldn't use I'd gift. I know Dave spotted a few as we were looking through these, so when they get cut up he'll have a choice of some of them. How opulent is that? And they'll get shared, and it'll all get used and loved by somebody, or loved and hoarded by somebody, you know. That's also a big possibility. So, but yeah, I love using these books, and you'll see some coming up anyway. There we go. They're fab. I just love them. I just love them. That one and that one. Yeah, so that's that book. And then, one last. And I think we're at the end. I think that's everything then. And then this one is, this one's not quite as big. Let's turn this one this way. But I liked this one. Dave found this one and I bought it. We're going to share. Let me just wet my whistle. Sorry, I've got a cup of coffee on the side. I've talked straight for 45 minutes almost without taking a breath, which is not a problem, but you know, just need a drink. Velvety, but proper flocky, textured. This has got actual texture to it. So, and again, I would patchwork these together to make journal covers, because it's what I do, and that's what it should have been. But it's not going to be. So, and these are all, they start off quite neutral, and then greys and silveries, and then minky, and then I love this. It's very I think this is one that Dave wants, which you can have, but just it's very opulent chocolate. It's like dark chocolate, like a green and black's chocolate, organic, of course. And then kind of wine. Well, that's probably more wine. You know, pinky, blush. They're just nice. They're just opulent, and I love that green. I love the blue, but then it's blue, so of course I would. And that's that one. And it's just because it's, look at that. That you could almost say that's been patchwork. That'd be the front cover of a cover. Yep. So yeah, that's that. And that, let me just double check. Yep, that's it. That's my haul. So, well, not bad, is it? That's my birthday stuff. Between my lovely Dave and what he bought me, and going out to my favourite place. It's what I achieved on my birthday from my craft room. So there will be more crafting, and then just because I moaned about Tim Holtz the other day, I just want to prove a point. I moaned about Tim Holtz. I'll explain myself. I moaned about Tim Holtz, and what I said was, I think he's very overrated, and I'll explain that point. I like Tim Holtz. I love Tim Holtz stuff. I think my logic is, I think he's a brilliant salesman. I think he's an absolutely brilliant salesman. Put anything in his hand and he can stand there and make you want it. Yeah? I don't think he's necessarily a brilliant designer. He's surrounded by brilliant designers and he's surrounded by good people. Yeah? He's also a very good crafter. He seems like a lovely man. So I'm not slagging him off. Yeah, I just don't. I think there are more creative people out there than he. He just has the luxury of big companies and a fabulous team around him. And he seems adorable. I would kind of like to meet him one day. I think that'd be kind of fun because he seems like a nice man. But yeah, so when I was slagging him off the other day, I wasn't slagging him off. I was just saying, I think the things that he sells, I think, are expensive, is the word, and overrated. And I say that only because as I started looking through all these sites, like the Graphics Fairy and Pixel and all sorts of places where you can get free images, the V&A Museum, the Victoria Museum in Australia, there are places everywhere, New York Public Library, there are places everywhere where you can find free to use public domain images. And so I use those quite a lot. I trawl these places and I save images and I use those images quite a lot in things that I do. I print them out and cut them out, and you know, I'm not a digital artist. I will give things to Dave to do digital art with, but I'm not a digital artist. I'm quite happy to print out a picture of an invoice in a small size and stick it on top of a piece of patterned paper and then maybe scan it, and you know, I don't do it on a computer because I'm not technical enough. I'm not that person. But the more that I searched for things, the more things I saw that come in a Tim Holtz pack of ephemera or pack of paper, or and some of the things directly just printed out on a piece of cardboard, not even altered or coloured or upscaled or anything. It's just they've taken that image and they've used it exactly as it is. And so that's why I say I think he's a brilliant salesman and curator of things, but not necessarily the best designer in the world. But I think he's backed by such big companies and can produce so much stuff that somehow he's become the pinnacle of craft, and what people aspire to and what people want. And yet I think there are better designers out there. You know, I love what my Dave does with his digitals. You know that I'm a big Artie Mays fan. I love Tracy Fox and what she achieves with her digitals. I've worked with Janie B digitals, and I think these people who create things and sit and spend hours on computers creating beautiful images are more creative and better artists. But they just don't have big businesses behind them to produce these things and make glossy 12 by 12 pads and Sizzix dyes and thinlits. Do you know what I mean? It's just, so whilst slagging him off, I wasn't slagging him off, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so the roundabout of getting to the finishing point of all of that, I've started waffling no end, haven't I? The whole point of that was the other thing on my birthday that I treated myself to and that actually arrived on my birthday was something Tim Holtz. And it was these. So I do like him. I do buy his stuff if I like it. I mean, I love the Stampers Anonymous dies, and I buy those and I save up for them. They're massively expensive. I hate that they're massively expensive. You know, you can pay £30 in this country for one set of those, which I think is just such a rip-off. But I really, really like them, so I save up, and when I can afford it, I buy one. And slowly but surely, I collect them. The other thing that annoys me in the UK is that half the stuff's not available. Things that I know that are still made that you can get in America that are just not available over here. You can only tend to get the latest 3 or 4 things, and that's it. That annoys me as well. But anyway, I love his papers, and I have quite a few of his papers. I love Stampers Anonymous. And I like his thinlit dies. I've got quite a few of his thinlit dies. But I love these. For those that know me, you know I like a big tag. And these are tailor-made for me. These were literally tailor-made for me because that's a big tag. Cut the corners, that's a big tag or a big journaling card. And this is volume 3 of his backdrops. No, I just think they're a perfect size. Oh, you get 24 in a pack. They're expensive. For me, they're expensive. It's a payout. But I got turned on to them by being sent a few. The gorgeous Tommy sent me a few from Crafty with Tommy. And then I got a few more. And then it made me go and buy, at the time the only one I could get was volume 2. So I bought volume 2. And then for my birthday I treated myself to volume 3. And now I just need to find volume 1 because I can't find it anywhere. Every time I look on Amazon it's not there. But yeah, there you go. So that was my treat to myself, was something Tim Holtzy, despite whatever I say about Tim Holtz. Sorry Tim, if you ever watch this video, I am sorry. But I qualify it. I would like to meet you. I do think you'd be great fun to sit down and have a chat with. On that happy note, I'm going to go. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, this is not something I normally do, and it was a bit weird showing off. I loved everything that I got. I absolutely adored all the presents that I got. I loved my Dane scrap. I even like my Tim Holtz backdrops. But yeah, there you go. That's it. That was my birthday. That was my 54th birthday haul, either gifted or bought. And I loved it. I had such a good day yesterday. As a lot of you know, Dash of Dave is my bestie. We not only craft together and do crafty stuff together, and I try and help with digitals wherever I can as he creates his digitals, which he just gets better and better at. He's also my best friend in real life, so we hang out and we spend time together. And he basically gave me a day of, he gave me a choice. He said, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? It's your day. We'll go wherever you want during the day. And I instantly went, scrap! Because it's where I wanted to go. We had nice food out, we had cake. We both took the day off Slimming World today so that we could eat full fat everything. And we did. We had a great time. And then in the evening, his other half, Vic, cooked the most amazing Hungarian meal. It was beautiful, I have to say. And I just said to him, because he's a very, very good cook anyway. He's a lovely man. And he offered to cook because he was at work all day while we were out. He offered to cook for my birthday, and I gave him the choice. I just said, make me something Hungarian, because I like trying food from other places. But what he made was absolutely stunning. It was so nice. Really enjoyed it. And we had a really nice, fun, relaxing evening, just hanging out, watching silly things on YouTube. So that was it. That was my day. That was I turned 54. And you know what? It ain't that bad. My knees hurt and my hips hurt, but that's only going to get worse the older I get. So you just learn to live with it, don't you? Other than that, I'm happy. In my head, I'm 27. No, actually, that's a bit young. In my head, I'm 35. I'll live with that. Yeah, 35. And do that. Chris always says, Chris that I live with, it says he's 36. And he's older than me. So I'll go with 35. That's it. So anyway, as we almost get up to an hour, hope you've enjoyed this. Do all the usual stuff. Give me a like, give me a dislike, leave me a comment, say hello, ask me a question, do all of that. And I will see you all soon in a different video doing something different once I've found homes for all of this, which to start with will probably just be a pile on the floor. Okay. Bye now. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.